Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver, and today I want to talk to those of you in the state of California who are approaching the end of your benefit year. Your benefit year end date is making a lot of you guys very nervous and uncertain, so I want to provide you with some important things that you should know as you reach the end of your benefit year. Now, this video is going to cover some additional information other than just simply answering the question, should I file a new claim when I reach the end of my benefit year? So make sure you view the timestamp menu to find the information that you need. First up, for those of you that are on PUA claims, you do not need to file a new claim when you reach the end of a year's worth of benefits. PUA is automatically amended with a new end date to the entire program. So if you're PUA, none of this applies to you. PUA will not need to file a new claim. Now, this video is for you if you are UI, PEUC, Fed Ed. Any of the UI track programs and their extensions are going to need to file a new claim once they reach the end of their benefit year. But let's address how you find your benefit year. In UI Online, you're going to go to your claim start date. Count 12 months out from that claim start date, and that is the end of your benefit year. If it says on extension, you still do the same thing. Count 12 months out from your claim start date, and that is the end of your benefit year. Now, once you have reached the end of your benefit year, the EDD has stated very clearly in press releases as well as online and on their benefit year end page, which is new and they just created it, they have stated very clearly that for all claims, UI, PEUC, Fed Ed, that you must file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year. So many of you are wondering why. Why is PUA extended automatically, but W-2 earners are required to file a new claim? Wouldn't it be much easier for them to just update all of the claims? Well, yes, it would be. However, the EDD is not allowed to do that. The EDD is overseen by the Department of Labor, a federal organization, which sends out directives to all state unemployment departments on how to run the program. So, unfortunately, it's not up to the EDD to decide to just simply change the end date of your unemployment claim. They must go based on what the Department of Labor instructs them to do. Now, with that being said, the Department of Labor has recently issued its newest round of directives to the state unemployment departments on how to implement the American Rescue Plan Act extensions. Now, in their most recent set of directives, the Department of Labor reiterated that yes, claimants are required to file a new claim and switch over to a state unemployment claim if they meet the criteria for a new claim. So if you qualify for a new claim, you are required by the federal government to get off of those federal level extensions and switch back over to the state program. So that's the reason why the EDD requires you to check and see if you do in fact qualify for a new claim. EDD does have the ability to, number one, keep you on your old claim if you do not qualify for a new claim due to lack of earnings. And number two, they also have the ability to keep you on your old claim if the new claim that you qualify for is of a lower weekly benefit award amount. So if your weekly benefit award amount on the new claim that you qualify for is $25 less than your old claim, or if it's even smaller, then the EDD is allowed to keep you on your old claim and apply the PEUC extension to that old claim. But in order for them to do that, in most cases, they do need to check and see if you qualify for a new claim or not. If you have reached the end of your benefit year, you can file a new claim online. Many subscribers have done that, and many subscribers have successfully been processed through that system and are now back to collecting. The problem with filing online is that it can cause further delays. If you file a new claim online, you then must have your application reviewed, denied, and then have the PEUC extension granted to your old claim. Now, instead of doing that, if you are able to call into customer service, in most cases, the representative will be able to check over the phone for you to see if you qualify for a new claim. If you do not qualify for a new claim, then they will be able to note that in your account and put the extension request in your account. Now, keep in mind that PEUC is currently awaiting the next extension from the American Rescue Plan Plan Act to be implemented into claims and computer systems at the EDD. The EDD has stated that PEUC will be extended sometime between April 10th and April 30th. So that means that if you call into customer service or you file a new claim online and you're having PEUC applied to your old claim, you are still going to be waiting until that PEUC extension is set up and running in their systems, which will be sometime between April 10th and April 30th. So calling into customer service does mean that the claim representative in most cases is able to check your claim and check your employment history and see if you do in fact qualify for a new claim. If you do qualify, they'll walk you through the application process. But if you don't qualify, this is where you save time, because in most cases they are able to skip the application process, skip the ID.me, redo, etc., and just simply apply to have the extension placed on your old claim. Now this can save you time because you are not waiting for the EDD to review your new application. You're not waiting for the EDD to deny your first claim, and you're not waiting for the EDD to then apply the extension. You're simply getting the extension requested on your account over the phone. Now next, many of you are going to tell me that you can't call into customer service. Well, I want to share with you my how to call phone tricks video that I'm going to link in the video description down below. However, you need to try several times with these tricks in order to get them to work. Don't expect them to work on the first time, but do expect them to work faster than just calling the main line. So how do you know if you will qualify for a new claim? Well, I could go into a very long explanation about the base period and about how the wages are calculated, etc., but there's a much easier, less stressful way for you to figure it out. The EDD has a calculator located on their website, and I'm going to link it in the video description. Here, they will ask you, what is the start date of your claim? And then they will ask you to input 4 quarters worth of wages. Then they're going to calculate, based on your reported information, your highest quarterly earnings were, and your estimated weekly benefit would be. Now, there's an important piece of information that I want you guys to know, because this is going to shock you and confuse you if you don't know that it's coming. Now, if you file for a new claim and you were denied, you do not meet the qualifications to have a new claim, you did not have enough earnings, then I want you to be aware of this next step, because it's weird and it's going to surprise you and alarm you. First thing, the EDD will send you a notice in the mail stating that your claim was denied. It will have a $0 weekly benefit award amount, and it will state that you do not qualify to receive any benefits. After that notice, second, you will receive another notice in the mail. This notice comes separately, and it is the notice letting you know that you have been awarded a PEUC extension onto your old claim. Because these notices come separately, they oftentimes confuse and alarm claimants who think that they have been denied altogether. But just know that the EDD will be applying the PEUC extension to your old claim if you do not meet the requirements to file a brand new claim. Next, if your claim weekly benefit award amount is $25 less than your old claim's weekly benefit award amount, or if it's even smaller, the EDD is allowed to keep you on your old claim at your old weekly benefit award amount and allow you to finish up the PEUC extension weeks there. This is called the Deferred New Claim Payment Program. You qualify to receive a PEUC extension onto your old claim. That is going to pay you out up until claim week ending September 4th. You will be waiting to have the PEUC extension applied to your claim, and the EDD has stated that they will be doing this sometime between April 10th and April 30th. Now, once you have used up all available PEUC weeks through September 4th, if the state unemployment rate remains high, 6% or above, or if it's 5.5% but higher than it was the last 2 years, then Fed Ed will still be active. Now, if you have not yet collected Fed Ed, once you finish those weeks of PEUC up until claim week ending September 4th, if the Fed Ed program is still active, then you may qualify to collect Fed Ed following that September 4th end date of the PEUC weeks. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below.